Well, hello YouTube, and a warm welcome to the Essentially Crypto channel. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm your host. And today we're going to talk about an exploit that comes from Opensea, where if you put an NFT up for sale and then you forget to delist it, or if it's been in the past and then you then put it at a higher price, then somebody can actually still buy it at that lower price. Okay, so I'll get this out of the way first of all. So let me show you, let's bring down the screen so we can see what you have to do in order to get rid of it. So the first thing is basically, the way it seems to work is that you've bought an NFT in the past, or maybe you've listed your NFT, and maybe you listed it for 1 Ethereum, say, just as an example, okay? And then the price of that then starts coming up to 1 Ethereum, so you go, right, I'll delist it. So you delist it from OpenSea, but it's still on the blockchain. Okay, it's still on the blockchain as that. So therefore what happens is then when you relist it again for say 2 Ethereum, then what happens is that these people have managed to figure out a way to be able to buy it at 1 Ethereum. So therefore if the price goes even higher, they can still buy it at the rock bottom price that you first listed it at. So you have to be very careful with this. Make sure you revoke any details from the blockchain of your NFTs. And the way you do that is by going to revoke.cash. And you put in your Ethereum address there, and then all you have to do basically is click on the things that you want to revoke access to. So a bit like when you go into MetaMask and you choose which addresses you want. Incidentally, whenever I go to like PancakeSwap and all that, I always make sure I use it, and then I always make sure I revoke it from the MetaMask as well, because I don't want things connecting to my wallet. Because many of you, I know I've talked about security in the past on this thing, but even if you've got a hardware wallet, if you have allowed something and then there's something nefarious in the code, it can still take everything out of your wallet because it goes through the contract itself. So if you allow that contract, then it can still happen. So just be really, really careful of that, because people seem to think that just because they've got a hardware wallet, that's it, they're safe. But that's not the case at all. It seems that if you allow something with the contract, then you're essentially giving permission for somebody to do whatever they want. So just be very careful what you allow. Make sure it's a trusted source when you allow it. Make sure that you always go to the places with the correct URLs and that kind of thing. But I'll leave the revoke in the comments below, so that way if you've got any Ethereum NFTs that you need to revoke, then you can just go there and do your thing basically, and that gets that one out of the way. So I wanted to get that one out of the way, so that way hopefully we'll get some people who are not crying into their cereal because of the fact that they've sold their NFTs at stupidly low prices because they once listed them at that price. But while we're on the subject, let's have a look at blockchain's Feeshes, because that information came from Brock himself, so I thought I'd do him a favour and tell you a bit more about Feeshes as well. Those of you who don't know about Feeshes, these are fish that basically swim around in your tank, or fish, shall we say, and each one of them, I think it's 0.3 or something along their lines. I can't remember the exact price you pay, but there is an airdrop every single month, and the cutoff for this airdrop is 12 o'clock this evening. So therefore, if you haven't got your Feeshes and you want to, I think I can't remember how much he's up to now. 1,000 and something Feeshes have gone now already. So they're still going out in droves, and lots of people that we know in the community have got them. And there's speculation about other things as well, and also there's artist drops for it as well. So therefore, if you fancy a Frank Kozik labbit that swims around and farts bubbles, or if you if you fancy a broken crayons in the background or something like that, then all these things can be bought separately from the artist that actually fit in your fish tank as well. So and it's quite relaxing. You can put it on your TV and just let it do its thing. Basically, it's quite a relaxing thing to watch. But that's your Feeshes, and as I said on my other video the other day, some of the stuff I've been airdropped is already worth more than I originally thought. So therefore, that's great. It means that I've actually paid for my Feeshes if I wanted to sell it. Now, I haven't sold any of it on, but if I wanted to, I could sell it, pay for my Feeshes or whatever, and you can do whatever you like with it. Basically, as I said in the last video. Incidentally, while we're talking about this, and now it's nothing to do with Feeshes, but obviously we'll leave that in the background. But the Kaloscope Gold Pass. I really, really hope you signed up for the Kaloscope Gold Pass when I was telling you about it. They've now been released for sale as well. So therefore, you got one for free if you managed to sign up for it before I told you about it, or before they came out now. And for 24 hours, they're doing a sale of them. So if you didn't get one, because in order to use Kaloscope, you're going to have one of these passes, or it gives you certain things extra as well. But I wasn't really worried about that. It's just a free thing for me. So I thought, hey, why not sign up for it? So I signed up for it, and I got my pass delivered to me the other day. So I've got one of them, and it's now essentially worth 0.02, which is it's not a huge amount of money, but that that can only go up if the floor goes up as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's Kaloscope. And don't forget, you've also got the ESTN.io as well. I will leave the details in the comments below once again, so that way you can sign up for that, because you get a free vault with a few NFTs and stuff like that. So I'm all about trying to give you the free stuff, so that way you don't have to invest, and maybe it will turn out to be a good thing for you. I know the Kaloscope, obviously, you could already sell it at 0.02 if you wanted to, so therefore, you know, you've made a bit of money. Even if it's only a small amount, you've still made a bit of money. You can put that back into Omi, or you could hold on to it and hopefully it'll become worth more. But anyway, I digress. Omi fees. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because a few of my friends have been contacting me and saying like, oh, what's the best option for me, that kind of thing. And a few things have changed as well. Okay, so this is the, I did a video, it was either yesterday or the day before, and a few things have changed since then. We actually had an AMA with Reese, and I asked a few questions in there. The first thing I asked was, is the bridge finished? Because in the other video I said that unfortunately at the moment there's no way to take out your Omi, and that is still pretty much the case, but when the token site launches, the bridge will be done, according to Reese. So it's not as soon, it's not coming afterwards, it's going to come and it's going to be launched exactly the same time. They've done the testing and all that kind of thing, so that's absolutely brilliant. So that means that your stuff is no longer going to be just sitting in the app. Okay, so it means if you want to, you can take it out using the bridge to get it back out into your MetaMask. Now, that's important to remember. I don't know if you're going to be able to get it into Trust Wallet. I think it's only going to be MetaMask. And anytime you want to use the bridge, I think you're going to have to send it into MetaMask, because normally the MetaMask is the bridge between the two. So if you send anything from Vivi, it has to go into MetaMask. You can't send it straight from Vivi to the exchange. You're going to have to send it from Vivi to MetaMask and then to the exchange. That's the way it's going to work, from what I can gather. Now, the reason I think this is the case is because I'm talking about when I've been using Axie, I've been using the Ronin network. It's exactly the same. Basically, if I bought something in Binance, say I bought ASX and SLP, I would have to pay the fee to take those out. And they're an Ethereum token, by the way, for those who don't know. So let's say we got ASX as an example, or AXS as an example. What would happen is I would buy, say, I don't know, 4 AXS, okay, just as an example. And then it would cost me half an AXS to remove it. Now, when you're thinking that AXS is about $80 or about $120, depending on when you're doing it, and that price fluctuates, obviously, it's gas fee. So you're looking at, you know, I guess between $40 and $120, depending on gas fee. Now, exchanges sometimes put a fee and then they don't go any higher than that. So I'm really hoping that the fee is not as much. But anyway, so besides the point is that we get ASX out of the app, and then it goes to my MetaMask. Okay, so therefore I buy ASX, I go to my MetaMask. Then from my MetaMask, I then have to send it to the Ronin bridge, which is another fee, which is the bridge. So this is essentially, I'm pretty sure, what's going to happen with Omi. You're going to have to pay a fee to then bridge it across to the layer 2 solution, or the Vivi app essentially, and then from there. You are going to have to do, you know, whatever you want to do on the app, and then you're going to have to pay a fee to bridge it back again, etc., etc. So that's going to be the way it works. It's going to go on the bridging concept all the way along. I think in the first place, when they do the token swap, if you just send your tokens into the app, then they'll do the transfer for you automatically. But after a certain amount of time, you're only going to be able to bridge it in. So you're going to have to use the token swap site and then bridge it in yourself. So that's the way it seems that it's going to work. Now, my friend said to me, oh, it's fine because I'll just send it into the exchange and then it's probably not going to be that much, is it, to take it out? Well, I think it's going to be honest. So I think you've got to prepare yourself, or you may lose about maybe 40,000 Omi, maybe something like that, depending on the price of Omi at the time. Now, bear in mind, if you were sending things through your MetaMask and doing things like that, you would take it from Ethereum. So therefore, anything that you had, you would have to have Ethereum as well. So you'd have to buy Ethereum for the gas. But because you're taking it directly from the exchange and then putting it in a wallet, or taking it out of the exchange and then sending it to, well, actually, I don't know where you'd want to send it to other than your wallet, basically, you're going to have to pay a fee. And that fee could be up to 40,000 Omi, for an example, because that isn't really a lot. That's, I don't know what that is, that's like $80, I think, or something like that. So remember, it's Ethereum fee based now, so therefore it's going to be a lot more than a lot of people are thinking, I believe. Now, I really hope I'm wrong on this, and I really hope that, you know, when it comes to it, you know, maybe the exchange do a special deal or something because of the fact they're going to have so many people who are going to be sending their tokens in and then removing them. Maybe they'll do a special deal for like a certain period or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Don't know for sure. I guess that's up to the exchange. Reese hasn't spoke about what the actual costs are going to be, and I guess that's the reason he hasn't spoke about it, because he doesn't know himself, because, you know, we can't know, because at the end of the day, it's all to do with the gas fee. Now, because the bridge is done, a lot of people are asking in the comments and also just messaging me privately and saying, what is it I'm planning on doing? Now, me personally, what I'm planning on doing is sending all my OMI to the VV app. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to send all my OMI to the VV app, and then they're going to transfer it over. And then once I've done that, I'm going to then leave in there the amount of staking that I want. Okay, now I don't know what that's going to be yet, or maybe I'll leave the whole lot in there, I'm not sure, but I'm not planning on selling it for a while anyway, so therefore I would rather stake it and then get perks in the VV app and that kind of thing. So therefore I will leave mine in the VV app. However, if I then wanted to move it out to my MetaMask, I would then pay the bridging fee, which would go then straight to my MetaMask, and then that goes straight into my secure wallet as well. So that's what I'm thinking personally. I can maybe leave you know, $5,000 worth of OMI in the app itself, and then the rest of it I can then take out and put it straight into my MetaMask using the bridge, and that will go straight into my secure wallet. Because even though they have a they don't have the secure wallet function in the app at the moment, you can actually officially use a secure wallet through MetaMask. So because you're going to have to use MetaMask in order to do the bridge, it seems to me logical that you can use the, you know, or you're going to be using the secure wallet anyway. So in my case, I'm going to send it all to the VV app. That's going to cost me pence because of the fact that it's a Go token. And then after that, I'm then going to be able to send straight to my MetaMask, which is automatically going to go in my secure wallet. However, bear in mind, if you then want to send it to the exchange to sell it or whatever at a later date, it's going to cost you an Ethereum gas fee. So you have to have Ethereum in your wallet and enough Ethereum that you're going to be able to do that gas. Now, gas fluctuates at different times, and I found for me personally, in England or in Spain, I'm 1 hour behind, I normally go for about 7 o'clock in the morning in English time, and that is the lowest gas for me, because it's whatever it is in America time, it's like really early in the morning for you guys, so therefore it's really, really good for me because nobody's awake and nobody's using it, because the more congested the network is, the more gas you're going to pay. So just remember that. But yeah, as I said before, the too long didn't read is basically treat the new OMI as Ethereum, and then you can figure it out. But I'm worried about the fees, but at the same time, a lot of people are saying, well, what's the point? You know, why do you do that? Oh, also someone else put, and I did ask this as well, I asked in the AMA, I sort of thought about this myself and asked in the AMA, and then I went on to my thing, and somebody actually asked in the comments as well, why can't I just hold on to my OMI? And then when I want to sell it in years to come, just keep it as a Go token, send it to the exchange, and then sell it to the exchange, and then they'll accept it. But I believe what would happen then is that you would now have to basically send it to the token swap site, which is going to be open all the time, but you're going to pay your Go token to send it to there, so that's not an issue. Then you're going to swap your thing over, and then from there, you're going to then send it back to your wallet maybe, or maybe to the exchange. So maybe that's a possibility that you could do if you wanted to. Just keep it as Go, so you can move it around very, very easily. And then when you want to, you would have to send it to the token swap site to do. But there is going to be a fee to token swap, and there's going to be a fee to send it back out again. But then you may work out that that is better for you as well, depending on what you want to do with the OMI. For example, in one of my shows or whatever, I've given away some OMI. I'll say, I'll give away 10,000 OMI. So not a huge amount, but still, you know, at the time I think it was about $100 of OMI basically. So I said, I'll give away 10,000 OMI. So therefore, somebody won 10,000 OMI, and it cost me pence to send it to them. However, if I was to give away $100 worth of OMI right now, when it's Ethereum, or when, like, not now, but when the token swap happens, if I was to say, I'll give away $100 worth of OMI, it would cost me probably $100 just to be able to send it to the person. So therefore, that's not going to be viable anymore. But in most cases, that won't matter to anyone anyway, because, you know, I guess it wouldn't. But anyway, I digress. That's it for today, pretty much. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, and that was the other day on my thing. I talked about some ways to earn some money towards crypto. I've got another one for you. And this has sort of held me instead for quite a while. And that is, what you do is you go around to old bookshops. Now, in the UK, we've got a lot of charity shops, that kind of thing. And you can find like places where they just have books as well. You can go to libraries and they sell cheap books because they've been used or what have you. And what you do is you download the Amazon app. Okay, so you download the Amazon app and you bring up the barcode scanner. And all you do is you go up to the book and you scan that book. And once you scan that book, you then look on Amazon and see what it's worth. Simple as that. And once you've done that, you can then put it all in a box and you send all of those books off to Amazon and you list them in your Amazon account to be sold. And when they get sold, then Amazon picks them out of the warehouse and sells them for you. I think you can have them in the warehouse for about a year or something like that before. So you've got like a year to sell them before you get charged any fees. And then after that, you only get charged minimal fees anyway because it's fulfilled by Amazon fees. But because you haven't got much in there, you're not paying many fees. And the great thing is that some of these books are worth a lot of money. You know, I found books. I was walking into a shop just a while back. I scanned the thing and it was a £260 book. So I basically got myself a £260 book. I put it on Amazon the next day for $240 and it sold straight away. So therefore, you know, it's a way that you can earn extra money to get yourself some extra things with crypto. I'm going to be coming up with more of these as well. So if you'd like that idea, then let me know in the comments because I'd like to give you some more sort of ideas of ways to make money. And these are just like little things, you know, these aren't things that you have to go out and do a lot of effort for. But the books one especially, you know, I found several books when I went to boot sales and that kind of thing. Don't know if you have them in the States anyway, yard sales, I guess. Just scan the item. And not just books as well. There's also other things as well, even collectibles as well. If you see old collectibles, that kind of thing. Basically, if you want to know how much anything is worth, if you just use the barcode scanner for the Amazon app, then it gives you a rough idea straight away of what it's worth and whether or not it's worth paying the price they're asking. So anyway, that's it. I digress. Thank you very much for joining me today. As always, don't take any of this as financial or investment advice in any way, shape or form because, you know, crypto can go up and it can make you loads of money, or it can go down and you can completely lose your shirt. But that is essentially crypto. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.